Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Motivation. I'm the New Age entrepreneur, Victor Simmons, and this daily show is about life, entrepreneurship, and marketing. Today's episode is called Represent an Idea. Hello there. So good morning to you all. It is Thursday morning here. And today I want to talk about represent an idea. And, I'll just talk to you a little bit about kind of, again, what's going on in my life. Yesterday was really cool. If you remember last week, I was telling you when I went to my daughter's basketball practice, I was able to talk to the coach a little bit after practice. And I was like, man, how can I help out? I'm just sitting on the sideline. I'm a basketball guy. I love helping the youth and seeing them grow. It's so cool, man. If you guys have ever coached or ever, helped, kids with something and to see them from where they started to where they end, it's so cool. It's like, probably one of the coolest things I've ever experienced, outside of, probably birth of my kids and stuff like that. I mean, to see how kids grow from where they start or where they think that they are at or will be, and then expand their mind, and then later on you're seeing what they've become, and for them to see what they become, and you see their face light up, you see their confidence grow. It's just one of the coolest things. So yesterday at basketball practice, it was one of those things. I've been sitting on the sideline, kind of cheering on the sideline for a while, but it was kind of the first time that the kids actually saw me in practice, and I'm able to talk to them and push them, to be the best that they can be. And it was cool because it was like the energy of the practice changed, like the energy of the coaches changed, the energy of the kids changed, even the other parents that are on the sideline. It's all that energy changed. And, I like to think a lot of that was because of my presence, because of the energy and the attitude that I brought to the practice. And then it was really cool. And then, of course, my daughter's there, and for her to come up to me after or on the car ride home and saying, yeah, Dad, everyone loved you. And they kept coming up to me and saying, man, your dad is, he's really cool. He's really nice. He pushes us hard, but it's like, man, I like being challenged, like that. And, of course, that made me feel really good. And that has a lot to do with, what I want to talk about this morning. Represent an idea, right? So when the first time I've ever heard this, these words put together like this, represent an idea, is, one of the Will Smith compilations that was put together, just Will's in different interviews that he's done. He's like, represent an idea, like represent what you want to be, and automatically, like, others can see that, and now they can have an idea of what they want to be, right? Again, with the girls on the basketball team, it's like they might be in this mold, right? They might be in a mold of what they think that their abilities are, or their skill levels are, or where they can take their basketball game. But if I can help them represent a bigger and a different idea of their lives, and then they start to buy into it, and they start to believe in it. Now when they're coming to practice, they're really like striving for that. That's what we have to do with our lives. Represent an idea of what you want to be, and then keep working toward that, right? It's like with me, like I want to represent the idea that you really can live the type of life that you want. You really can start your own business. You don't have to be working for someone else for the rest of your life. The main part of your life. We're young, we're vibrant, we're having kids, and we're mobile, and we're energetic and all that. Like, we don't have to spend the prime time of our life giving that to someone else. Like, you can represent an idea that you can get more than that. You can be whatever you want to be. You just have to have in your head an idea of what you want to be, and then strive toward being that every single day. And then pretty soon you will become that. And then you will let others know that, wow, I can have an idea in my head of what I want to be, and then actually become that. And then there's a chain reaction from that. Just like the poem from Marianne Williamson is, and I look this way because that's where, the poem's written for me. It's like when we become who we want to become, we unconsciously we unconsciously give other people permission to become what they want to become. And it's a trickle effect, right? And that's so powerful. But first and foremost, you have to have an idea of who you want to be. You have to have an idea of how you want your life to be. And then you work on that every single day until you become that. If we don't have an idea of what we want to be, then we're just going to become whatever, society or that day tells us to be, that day. And it's very important, because we only live once, as I always say, right? We only live once. So don't just give your one life away to, your boss or, other people out in the world, because you don't have an idea of what you want to be. Take time, sit down. It might take you, a couple of days or a couple of weeks of you consciously taking effort and intentionally trying to figure out what you want to be. How do you want your life to be represented? I was, on a video conference call with someone last night, and my team, and someone else that's interested in joining my team. And, I asked her, I said, hey, how do you want your life to be? Why are you here? And if you guys join, or if you call me and contact me, that's one of the first things that I'm going to talk to you about, right? Let's figure out what you want and what you want to be. And then as a team and as a coach and as a mentor, I want to help you continually believe that you can become that. But you first have to have an idea. You have to first have an idea of what you want to represent, what you want to be. And then we fine tune that. And then, you connect with a group of people who are like mine, who are trying to get the same things as well. But my challenge to you today, if you don't have it yet, figure out what you want to represent. What idea in your head that you have that you want to be, let's represent that. But you got to first have your idea. And that's what I challenge you to do if you don't have it. And if you already have it, if you already have an idea of what you want to represent yourself as, now you need to start working to that every single day. And I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you, it's hard when you're trying to do it by yourself. Plain and simple. It's hard if you're trying to do it by yourself. That's why you got to connect with other individuals who are doing it, right? And more than likely, you're probably not seeing it too much around you. Right. And that's just the way the world is. That's just the way society is. You probably aren't next to coworkers who are all like, man, let's represent an idea. We can get out of here. We don't have to work for this boss. No, you're probably not. In fact, it's probably the opposite, where you got to watch what you say around your coworkers, because, we're crabs, right? The crab's in a bucket. One crab is trying to get out and the other crabs are pulling them down, right? That's kind of how the workplace is. People are trying to find ways to step over you or use you, or maybe certain things that you've told people, so they can somehow advance at your demise. So be careful about that. And, love family. But, families sometimes are one of the biggest haters, one of the biggest naysayers and the negative people in our lives. And it's not because they just want to be negative. It's just the way they're programmed. And then, and somehow, in some way, they think that they're protecting you if you have bigger ideas than what you're currently getting. So that's why you got to connect with other people around the world, around the country, people like the new age entrepreneurs, who that's what we're all about. When we get together, we are on a different planet mentally and emotionally, because, we believe in something different that, we might be seeing in our everyday lives. And yeah, that's really kind of my message today. And I believe that it's all possible, and just like I was telling this young lady yesterday who has, she's a single mom with a young son and working 60 hours a week. And, she still wants more. And those are the people that I want in life. I mean, saying that she still has 20 hours that she can put into something. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's representing an idea. She's still, after 60 hours a week and being a single mom and taking care of her kids, she still wants more. She's still willing to put in extra work and time and effort. And that's what it's going to take, because she has an idea in her mind of how she wants her life to be. She has an idea of how she wants to represent in this world, and she will be able to influence others. But we need to connect so we can help her become who she wants to be, so she's able to influence others. And then we just make the world a better place. So that's my message today. Represent an idea. Be your higher self. If you don't know who you want to represent or what you ideally want to be, take time to figure it out. And again, always contact us, the New Age Entrepreneurs. Contact me if you want more than what you're currently getting out of life and you're willing to take immediate action toward a better path. I'll work with you, but I can't help anyone who's not willing to help themselves, okay? Today is January 12, 2017. I am the New Age Entrepreneur, Victor Simmons, and until next time, take care, be well.